Hello, 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 hello. Welcome along to Supercharged Motorsport Round 3. We are in Valencia. It's only a 10-minute qualifying, so I'm just going to run through this very, very quickly here now. Let's get on to the standings here. So in the GT2s, we've Nathan Warren leading the championship. There is a drop round, so at the minute it looks fairly the same. And with Chris Tedder joining in this evening, that may change after tonight's proceedings. Let's get on now to the Pro-Ams, where I know there's been a little bit of a change, and obviously with the drop round you're going to have people who've won races being joined. So Yash and Ewan are both there. Of course Yash, because he's done 2 races, is ahead of Ewan at the minute, but it's only 7 out of 8 races count this season with the drop round. Ben Shawley's in 3rd, Terry Dunn joined in 3rd, with Ayrton Usmanov in 4th, or Terry Dunn should I say, sorry, in joint 3rd/4th, with Ben Shawley, then Usmanov is in 5th. Finley Gamble is in 6th position still, fair play to him. Then we've got Adam Friday in P7 still, and of course he had an amazing birthday last week driving real life GT3s and turbo cars, so fair play to him. Then we've got Van Heelsveld on 34 points, along with Ferretta on 34. Then we've got Raymond on 31 points, as well as Alejandro. Then we've got Anthony Ferrante joined on 28 points with Gatham. Then we have Hayden Swee and Rain then behind him, and then Vandwich there. And the Polycots that are here tonight are yet to get off, so it'll be interesting to see how they do this evening. I think there's only one of them in at the minute. And then on to the pros really quick with the drop round. We're going to see then Sammy straight away into P1 there. Degani is in P2 there on 55 points. Andrei Porkshov's in P3 and 49. Pavlov is in P4 on 44. Bruno Zanchini is on P5 with 44. Then we've got Norbert Gaskell on 40 points. Then we have Batek then on 37, joint with Trebekov. Then we have 31 points Kazov and Emo Plate both on 31. Then on 28 we have Britt Batiste and then Dario Vanilio. Then on 19 points is Aaron Holloway, who did have a DNF last week in Bathurst. Let's see how he does this week. Then Milan Deville is on 17 points with Ashtray, and then Hergert there behind him. Jacobson on 9 points. Now yet to score Oliver Hayes, and then a few others there yet to get going on the map there. And of course there is penalty points applied if you keep missing rounds as well after you've allowed 1 drop round. So that's all with that, so let's get into it there. Whoa, don't know what's going on there. Let me get that sorted there now. So there we go. Don't know what happened there, but we're done and ready to go. So yeah, at the minute there, it looks like on pole position is Mr. Dario Vanilio with a lap time of a 131.6. P2 then is Langley at the minute there on a 137.9. Both improving on the lap times. Langley though is essentially looking at going for a possible P1 at the minute, although again he's just after coming in and shattering some dreams. He is after going a 130.960. This is of course Spa round 1's race winner, pole sitter and fast lap. Let's see how he does. He's got the fastest first sector and last sector. Bruno Zanchini jumps up into P2 there, only 4 tenths off him. We're going to look back on with Langley. He's still up a few tenths there, might possibly get a position, although starting to catch another driver. And as it is today, it's normally 10 minutes for Pro, 10 minutes for Pro-Ams and GT2s, but because it's a sprint race, it's 10-minute qualifying free for all. It's up to the drivers to make the gaps there. So looking back down further, Nathan Moore sitting in P20 in the KTM at the minute, doing a very, very nice job indeed. Nielsen is just yet to go out there. Chris Tedder though up in P11 in the GT2 in the Maserati there. Of course Chris, the owner of Amigos Racing League, another great league, and Chris doing a phenomenal job, you gotta say. Going back on now, Liam Smith of course is now in with us as well, racing for 2ID. Pretty much I think it was him and Glenn and his son started off with 2ID, then Matty came in and others there as well, and they're a great bunch of guys. Crazy as can be, as you can tell by the deliveries that they come up with, but I gotta love them, especially the Pringles on it as well. And of course a part of that as well is Finley Gamble there, Matty Gamble's wee cousin. Down further, let's have a look here. Raymond in the Mustang, the only Mustang out there, and he is not improving as of yet. And his good friend Anthony's starting to improve quite a bit. He's after making up a bit of time there and is sitting in P23. And of course our new steward there, Yash Singh, is in with ourselves there, and he is at the minute on an outlap, so not much to show there. Davila is up a bit of time here, up about 0.6 of a second, racing for E-Racing Endurance team. Bit of damage on the rear of that car, so he's obviously had an off somewhere. Let's see what he can do. So going around there, about half a second up. That should pop him up into about P5 and pip it from Andre Batek. Let's see. Yes, it does. So Batek has a bit of improvement to do. Down further, Liam Smith up a bit of time there. He didn't have the best exit by the looks of it. He was up quite a bit of time, but he'll have one more bite at that cherry. No, he's given up on it. Although he might get in and out of the pits really quick and get another lap in there. Chris Tedder's knocked down to 13. That's still a seriously good time in a GT2. Andy Potticott's out there as well. So Andy Potticott is out there racing for the race gang. Of course, Nathan Warren's buddy. Then we've got Ben Shawley for TTM, Top Tier Motorsports, out there as well. Finley Gamble then behind him. Nathan Warren though, P20, P30. I don't think Nielsen's going to actually do a lap by the looks of it. Aaron Holloway needs to definitely get a time in. So Aaron has got a time up into P6 he goes, and he's one more shot at it and has a bit of room ahead as well. So now Aaron, can you improve any more? What can you do? Do you have any answer for the guys ahead of you? You've got Davila, Langley, Vanilo, Zacchini and Degani there. Raymond is actually up quite a bit of time here now. Go on, Raymond. We'll stay on with Raymond for a minute. Up about a second. So do you know what? That's really, really good. That's putting him in line with Doma, Haas. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see these new guys into sim racing coming in and starting to see them time improvements. He had a tough race last week in Bathurst, so let's see what he can do here. There's some cars coming up behind him now, but he is on a personal best lap, so they need to understand that. He's lost a bit of time. He's going to gain some back. That was nicely done. Unfortunately, now I don't think it's going to put him quite on the other guys, but definitely he has massive scope for improvement. And that's a nice exit out there. So he's still going to improve about half a second, but it's just not enough. So Dario is out there. He has a chance to improve. Gascal has the chance to improve as well. Of course, 10 seconds left. Who else can get a lap time in? Can they cross the line in time? Aaron Holloway, the jammy git, has got across that line. So Aaron Holloway will have another pop at that. Did Liam get out? Oh, I don't think Liam's going to make it now. Unfortunately for him, that is it, but he's out there for the crack. As Degani is on out improving at the minute. Dario can still improve a little bit. I don't think he's gonna have to find something serious to find 2/10. But we'll see. Stranger things have happened. Down further, Ben Shawley up close to a second. Will it be commentator's course or commentator's celebration? Enough time for the drivers to get their lap in, and this is going to be a nice lap here. That's going to pop him up now into P11 there, so well done, Ben, and nothing but pressure there to try and get the lap time done. Degani though has no threat behind him whatsoever, but is still improving in that Bentley here. So what can Alexei Degani do here? He's absolutely flat to the mat. That's the job. So he's going to cross the line. He's lost actually time on the exit. He's still going to improve slightly. Yeah, he gets down into the 130.887. Brilliant. That is it all done. So Very quick time, a 1:30.887 there for the Gani. 0.475 then to Bruno Zanchini. All the way back. The top 7 are split by less than a second. Then a second from 7th down to 17th. And then behind that then it does split up a little bit. There is a tiny gap near the back. Finley Gamble, great little lap time out of him as well. And P21, just ahead of Nathan Warren. So Chris Tedder ends up in 16. So fastest GT2. He actually lapped a second faster than Nathan Warren around here. So Nathan does have a little bit of a fight in his hands. He's going to have to find some time from somewhere. Of course, qualifying is one thing. It's race pace, it's consistency, and it's all of that lovely stuff. So that's exactly what we're going to be looking at now. So should be fairly fun to see what happens. And of course, as always, we are running software to pull any incidents from the race. So again, we have a student team that will do it. I've been doing it the last 2 weeks. I'm taking the break this week. So I know Aaron is going to do the qualifying or the student on Saturday. Oliver Anderson, no. Brit, no, because he has some sort of a prior engagement. He did message me. He said he could try and make one race, but he has to go off. So he was better off just using this as his drop round. So I think that's absolutely fine for him. But we're missing a few drivers that we'll see back next week. Someone said a keyboard player's in our lobby. Is it allowed? Never heard of a keyboard player. So waiting for this to load into the race server. Oliver, how are you doing? Hopefully all is well with you, mate. We have let the Supercharged podcast drop a bit. We need to get back on top of that as well. So much stuff that we could be discussing. We'll find some time and get a few episodes maybe recorded in one day and release them over the next few weeks, because we've so much to talk about and catch up on. But yeah, that was a great qualifying there. Who got the most laps in? So 6 qualifying laps for Van Heelsfield and for Degani. Everybody else is kind of mixed between 3 and 5. Only 1 lap done by Duma, and no laps by Nelson there. So be an interesting race this, without a shadow of a doubt. To explain the format for people who are not used to the format, it is no mandatory pits when it comes to sprint races. So there will be no mandatory pits. And of course, now we are in the 5-minute window. So let's go through the cars. Bear with me here though, because I am brutal at remembering names. I'll just do that. So do the usual. So bum bum bum. Let's stop here. So in pole position there is M. Davila in the beautiful Bentley. Great to see a few Boatleys out there. P2 in the Audi is Gascal. That was a great lap time by Gascal in the Audi. Great to see the revival of the Audi in the last few patches. Then in P3 sorry, I'm actually looking at the wrong names, of course, as I am. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start that again because I'm an absolute idiot. Who knew that I'd be an idiot? So if I go on to the race leader, do that, then go out here. I am a goose, and I know that, but it's okay. Right, so Degani, right, so sorry. Then it's Zanchini, then it's Benaglio in P3. Then it is Langley for TTM in P4. P5, this, I honestly really do like this livery. And this is Davila in that. Then we have Gascal next, sorry, apologies, in the Ferrari in P6. Aaron Holloway in P7 in that gorgeous looking livery. His best friend is in P8, so there's definitely going to be carnage there. Andre Batek. Then we've got Liam Smith in P9 for 2ID. P10 then is Terry Dunn in the beautiful looking BMW. Then we've got A. Heggart in P11. I have to say, I want to give this livery a little look from. It's a bit mad. But that is his livery. Yeah, Brazzers is on it. I knew well there was something like that on the car from the pictures. Then after that we have Ben Shawley. Of course, got an unnecessary penalty last week. Then we have Andy Podicott on his return after being away for the first two races. Great to see him back here as well. Then we have Usmanov next. Then we have, it looks like that's Azuju next after that. And of course beside him is Chris Tedder in the Maserati, the fastest of the GT2s there. Beautiful looking car that, by the way. Next of all, we have, of course, the Supercharged Motorsport driver. That is, of course, my boy Slaven Go. What an absolute legend in the Boatley as well. Lovely livery, by the way. I make it myself, so I won't go on about it too much. Then we've got TDT next in the McLaren. Then we have Chris Podicott as well. So the Podicotts both are back and returned. Chris Podicott in P19. Then in P20 we have Rat in HSR. That's a really nice looking livery as well. Well done. Then our boy Finley. I'm assuming he has a Nordy accent as well. So that's Finley Gamble. Diddle situation. Then after Finley we have this is our boy Nathan Warren in the beautiful looking KTM. It's probably the maddest looking GT2 car. I really do love that. Then we have Van Heelsfield. Then in P23. P24 is Yash Singh, of course, our steward. Then we have Anthony Ferrante next. His livery still hasn't popped up. Anthony, I'll give you a shout to sort your livery after the race. Then we have Duma next. Then we have Hayes. That's a nice looking car. Then we have Raymond Laperari, I'm going to say his name is, in the American Ford. Then we have Gatham, and then it's Nielsen there. So even though I messed up the first few cars and had to restart it, I got it all done in time. So that is it. 30 cars, 30-minute sprint, no mandatory pit stop, no mandatory tyres, no mandatory fuel. Get out there and absolutely wear the tyres out of it. And of course, with it being Valencia, it will wear the tyres out of them. I do not doubt that for a second. So let's try it now and get over. Why isn't that working for me? There we go. Now, so we go on to Helicam for this, as we always do at the race start, and sit back, relax for the next 30 minutes. It's going to be absolute madness. And then we've got another qualifying and round 2 in the madness. And the way the server's set, there could be rain for the second race. I really don't know what's going to happen at the minute. It's lovely and sunny. But let's see what is to unfold there. Oh, did you smash your back in? Oliver, I'll give you a shout later on. You never told me that, you madman. And we definitely need to get back to the podcast, mate. 100%. So, guys, we're about to get going. And do you know what? Let's do it. If the long camera stays, I would absolutely be in love, because that's a great view seeing all the cars coming in like that. And we're coming up towards now any second. And we are away and going. You can see cars spreading out, looking for a room, getting an advantage of a little drive up. Oh, don't forget, there is double penalties at turn 1, boys and ladies and everybody else. Aaron Hollow up the inside. Everyone's getting through all right. I think they're being very mindful of those double penalties. Liam Smith's after gaining a position or two there. Batek nearly hits his best friend on Aaron. Oh, Liam got a bit of a tag by the looks of it there, but is back going. I don't think he's lost a spot, but I don't know what's happened there. So Tedder's behind Liam, then we've Slaven behind Liam. But Batek has got by Aaron Holloway. Behind that then you've got Liam, Tedder, you've got then behind him, it's all changing around, it's flat out. Terry Dunn is next then behind them. Ben Shawley's just ahead of him as well, so all is changing and going on. We've no... What happened to him there? We've no major yellow flags from what we've seen. Oh, a bit of a touch with him, Yashton himself. Oh, he had no chance over that re-entry there, he just had to go for it. Ouch, ouch, ouch. But let's get back into it there. So, Ewan now in P4. Gets the job done so far. There is a little bit of a gap developing down to Andre Batek behind that. There's a bit of a queue starting to form behind Aaron Holloway there at the minute. And it seems like we've hold that. Oh, Aaron though in the Porsche, he got on the throttle. You see that? This car, the Porsche around here, I love it, but oh my God, does it eat tyres. I'm going to pity him as this race does develop on. So Liam's dropped a little bit behind. Chris Tedder's on the inside, on the outside of Tedder though. It looked like that was Usmanov looking for a way by. So Liam goes a little bit wide, as does Tedder, and that's Usmanov now on the inside of Tedder into the next corner. And of course it's 4 different splits, so it's not a big issue. So Liam Smith now is behind Haggart there. Oh, wowzers. Oh my God, that was absolute murder. What has happened there? That was Gascal. Let's have a look at that. So a slight touch with the Ferrari, and it's like he turned in on the Ferrari. Didn't hold his brakes at all. So that there is going to be a hefty penalty. Wowzers. So Zankini still P2, Langley P3, Davida's P4, Batek P5, Aaron is P6, Vanilio's P7, Ben Shawley on P8 there now, Terry Dunn in P9, Haggard in P10, Liam is in P11, Tedder is in P12. Wow, that was some incidents at the start there. And either if it was a lap of turn or lap 1, there will be people looking at that one there. Ades Bread TV or GT, Davida, let's go. Well, Davida out there at the minute is having a great race because he is running a P4 and doing a phenomenal job there. And I do like that livery for ERC, which is endurance, or sorry, ERT, or is it ERC they call themselves? ERC. And the funny thing is, there's an F1 league called ERC that we're very close to as well, so every time I see ERC I just think of that one straight away. So David is doing a good job. Back on with Ben Shawley there. He is ahead of Terry Dunn, but Terry Dunn does have a bit of pressure behind him. He does have Haggard right there, and of course then Liam Smith. Chris Tedder is, I don't know how Chris in the GT2 is keeping up with these bios, but he is. Then Usmanov is down behind him. Then we've got Polycott, Slavengo, Finley Gamble. The little wee boys up there getting into this one as well. So let's see what he can do. He's back now to get some good results. Back further now, Duma has a pressure from TDT, and it looks like Andy Polycott. Lovely move by Andy. Is he going to hold on to it? Andy's given the room, keeping the drive up. He has the better line. Andy Polycott, is he going to do it on the braking? Keep the inside line. Bully his way. Oh, nice. Andy's got that move done by the McLaren. That was lovely stuff there from Andy. That's what we like to see. Nathan Warren will have Gattam coming up to him soon, and Raymond Laparante's all by himself there. Nielsen and Ferrante having a bit of fun out there as well. Jumping back on now, Finley. I'm going to go back up to Chris Polycott now. Chris is under a bit of pressure from Slavin, but also look ahead here. There is an absolute train forming behind Terry Dunn. You've got Dunn, Shawley, Haggart, Smith, Tedder, Usmanov, Polycott, Slavin. Unbelievable. So yeah, Ben, I just think needs to. Oh, Liam Smith's after getting himself a drive-through, unfortunately for him. But sure, it's only a quick dash and out. He'll lose about 20 seconds, I would say, or so. Possibly a little bit more with the slowing down and getting going again. But it shouldn't be too harsh, in fairness. Looking on here behind that then, Nathan Bourne is involved in a little bit of fun here now as well. Nathan's doing enough just to stay ahead, which is nice to see. Okay, so on here now, this is Hayes, and it looks like, no, he's got, it's Hayes, and sorry, it was Zadro behind. I do apologise, pressing the wrong one. Zadro in that Ferrari. Nice little battle there. Gattam and Warren there. Looks like that was a move just done as we jumped on. So Gattam has got poise, so now that's basically Singh now is under pressure from Warren. Nathan Warren's actually doing a great job in that. Oh, Healesfield just had a moment. Let's see what happened there. So he's going up with the Ferrari. Ferrari's on the inside. Oh, he loses it under braking. There's nothing he could have done there. But he didn't hold the brakes either, which we need to look at as well. Stewards are going to be having a busy one. Liam is just doing his drive-through there now. He still have a few chances to get a few positions back and, of course, jump into the next race. It is not all lost here. So that's the drive-through cleared from Liam now. And at least he's kind of out of that pressure as well. And he can look forward there. As Aaron Holloway and Vinalio side by side. Aaron's on the inside. Aaron's gone for a move. Vinalio was trying to close the door off, but Aaron did demand that room and he got the room. And that's a great job by Aaron. There's no racing with a bit of door banging anyway. You know yourself. It's not like Formula 1. You can have a little bit of that. Now back on with Milan Davila here as he's putting on a bit of pressure to Langley. Langley going for the wider line. Davila on the inside line. Davila leaving the room though. Langley leaving the room. Two of them being very polite with each other. Now it's a drag race. Audi versus Ferrari down into turn one. I have a feeling Audi might win this race because that Audi is just an absolute rocket ship in a straight line. Let's see what Davila can do here. He's got the inside line. He's got the drive. Surely and surely he gets the job done. But I tell you one thing, Langley is not going away. Has to get out of it there now. But that was a great move there with Milan Davila, and that is for P3 on track at the minute. Let's see, can he keep it all the way to the end? Behind that there, Heggard and Shawley. I've literally just swapped positions there. We'll go back 15 seconds, we'll get that on stream there as well. So Shawley going for the move, and it looked like he just got overtook on the straight, and that was that. So that was a very simple move there. And now that we're back on it live, so just going to go back a little bit further. We're going to go back into this one here. So Shawley is now under pressure from Tedder. Then you have behind them Usmanov and Polycock fighting side by side nearly as well. Slavin goes right there, as is Findlay Gamble. I tell you one thing, Chris Polycock is demanding some room, and he is getting the room. And is he going to get himself a position there? The Lamborghini just gets the slightly better drive. Polycock holds the inside line, but then comes back. Oh my god, what a move if he can put it off. That was lovely under braking now. I don't think there was anything untoward there. He on the radar, you'd see that the move was there. He done the switchback. Let's just watch this again as he goes down. Gets on the brake a bit later, goes on the inside. He locks up a little bit, which does run him a bit wide, you can see that. But he gets back on again, and then unfortunately for Usmanov, he has lost a few positions there. Slavin Go's got by as well. Although, as I say that, it looks like one car has left, and that could have been that car, but for some reason it looks like the Chris Polycock, no, he's still in there. I don't know who it was that may have had an issue there. We've definitely lost the car, but I can't see who it was. So Chris Polycock, it looks like he's handed the position back. Would I be right in saying that? So that's Tedder boy. Slavin now right on the back of Tedder. Tedder right on the back of Ben. Then behind that again, Andy Polycock had a bit of a Gashgal right there as well. Oh, the rear tyres in Gashgal's car are crying. This is the thing about Valencia. You overdrive the car here at all, your tyres will pay. Oh my god, he's gone. He's like a missile. Oh, I don't know how he avoided crashing into people there. His tyres are absolutely baked. Norbert Gashgal, you kind of feel from there at the minute. If you overheat your tyres, you need to just kind of go a bit easier for a few corners. But he's running a lot of curb as well, and I think that's probably not aiding his tyres trying to cool down by running the curb the way he's doing it. And Liam Smith's coming back into this here. He's already back up to 24th, and on his way back up, of course, he had the drive through at track limits. And I think that's got to do with turn one as well. If you're avoiding incidents or you get a touch and you're going wide. That's nicely poised by Liam. He's just sitting there waiting. There's not much he can do. He needs to sit and wait. So TDT and Singh fighting away. Both of them. You can see the tyres are obviously being hard worked here. Oh, I just come on to an absolute scene. What has happened there? Tedder's on the inside of Ben. Of course, he's going to brake a bit later. Oh, Ben just cut across slightly too much and tipped. So unfortunately for him, that was his own fault in that instance, and it was just that bit of a squeeze. So that's Chris through. That's Polycott through. Slavin has got by Chris actually. So Chris has probably done the right thing, because Chris knows his race isn't with the likes of the pros and pro-ams. So Slavin now is up by, and Langley doing an absolute brilliant job. But I tell you one thing, he should be moving into pro at this rate. He's right there with the guys, having a great battle. Great stuff out of Ewan. See 3 cars in the pits there at the minute. No, Nielsen's just at the end of the pits. I don't know what's going on with him. Hayes in the pits. Ben Shawley is in the pits. There must be tyre issues or something going on there, because that's mad. Bruno Zanchini not getting much of an eye in there. Just driving a really good race. And actually, do you know what? I remember the Audi being a very good car here, with Chico Lindfar absolutely dominating a race or two that we had here a few seasons back. And then he unfortunately forgot to pit. I'll never forget it. And went from first to nearly last. I think it was like 160 or 180 seconds the game added on. And of course, our pole sitter and race leader and fastest lap person at the minute, so he's doing it. It is going to be a repetition of Spa all over again. Alexei Degani there, flying a 1:30.795, so he actually done a faster race lap than he did through qualifying, so unbelievable. Aaron having a much better race this time round than when he did in Bathurst last week. He's made it past lap 3, so tip the hat to Aaron. But doing a great job there. We're halfway through the race now, and then of course there will be another qualifying session to go. Aidan Heggert there doing a very good job, with Terry Dunn just ahead of him. Slavin of course is trying to catch up with these as well, so Slavin is just a little bit off them, but can get back into it and should get back into it. Chris Tedder of course now under a bit of pressure from Chris Polycott, the two Chris, so Chris gets massively sideways there on the exit in that Ferrari GT3. So let's see how he goes. Then behind Polycott, then Philly Gamble is looking for his way by. Finley though has mahoos of damage, and Chris Tedder gets himself a drive-through. Oh, you can't park there, mate. Although for Chris, even with the drive-through, he should be okay. Nathan Moran, I'm assuming, has had a little variance into the pits as well. Let me just check that. No, Nathan hasn't been in the pits. He might have just had a tough one. So that's Liam Smith. Is that a move done by Liam? No, yes, no. No. They've swapped back. Go on, Liam. He is trying his very best to get by there. Davila go. Davila's getting some great fans here this evening. KK or why not CZE, welcome along. So we'll go back on with Davila for you now, and I'm just going to keep an eye on this here. So Nielsen is back out finally. Nathan Moran still doing a strong race. Of course, Chris Tedder does have to now do a drive-through, so that's going to lose him a few positions. And it seems to be the fans' favourite here this evening. Milan Davila out there in P3 at the minute, running a very good race, and he is about 4.6-ish seconds off P2, which is Zanchini in the other Audi, and then Degani in that Bentley, absolutely in a league of his own there at the minute, is flying it. He is lapping not too much faster at the minute than Davila. Davila last lap was about half a second off Zanchini. So it's definitely still a bit of time for Davila now. He just needs to get his head down and do what he can do. He's holding off Langley quite well, to be fair about that. Back further there, of course, Batek is after stretching out a little bit on Aaron Holloway. Aaron does have Dario right behind there as well. Finley Gamble and Rat swapping positions there. Let's see how that went down. Finley just took a bit of a wider line and unfortunately lost momentum. Doing a great job nonetheless. So Chris has done his drive through and is out just behind Liam. So it goes to show Liam Smith was actually, I think, fighting Tether to get, or Tether was just behind him when Liam had gotten the drive through, which goes to show that Liam, after pulling out a second or so on Tether, it looks like nearly 2 seconds, sorry, over 2 seconds now. So Liam has done a great job on the recovery and he's about where he should be in terms of after the drive through. So that goes to show, still though, a huge penalty for both of them, but they are recovering quite nicely, to be fair. So looking down further, Gascal, who is in the pros, is under a little bit of pressure there. Of course, there was a few little ding-dongs at the race start. When I say a few, I can see 40 registered. Of course, a lot of them are going to be by themselves, and I'm so happy I'm off doing stewarding this week. Okay, going by Norbert there. So Liam is still putting the pressure on MTDT there, so we'll see how that goes later on. We'll jump back in here. Chris Polycott doing a great job. This one, Gascal, and as Gascal going, what happened here? So Gascal, Gascal gets by there. That was nicely done. I think the Porsche missed the corner, missed the braking. Let the stewards look at that afterwards anyway. That is nothing to do with me for once. Back on Batek, he has a really good view, but is also pulling in on the Langley and Davila battle there. So he wants them to keep fighting. He definitely wants that to keep going. Anthony Ferrante is after getting by Gattam there. Oh, Gattam drifting away. Must have had a mini moment there. Nathan Warren then just behind him. That looks like P2 then behind him. Ben Shawley and Oliver Hayes have stayed in the pits. I think they're waiting for race 2 now. They'll just try and get on with it. So Milan Davila, I think just for the guys that are sitting in the pits, Shawley and Hayes, they won't get any points for this race. If they've DNF'd in the pits and do not finish off the race, they don't receive points for that as well. Just because they're sitting in the car in the pit, you don't get points for being in the pits. So on there, this is still a very good battle there with Davila and Langley. Aaron Holloway probably looking to try and get involved. Terry Dunn though is starting to get under a bit of pressure as well from Heggert just behind that as well. Then Slavin is kind of just in a little bit of his own battle at the minute. He's not too much going on him at the minute. And Liam has got by Mr. TDT, and unfortunately Liam, I think we missed that off the screen, of course. Sure, what other way would there be? Yeah, there's quite a bit of contact there. That is pulled up, so that will be looked after. Still though, not a bad little job. I'm going to jump on though Rat and Usmanov, although that seems to be doing. Usmanov is about a second clear now on Rat. Maybe just under a second. But we'll see as they keep pushing on forward. Macwicki, Davila, go. Davila seems to have the best fans. Davila, you may tell me how much to pay for your fans. I need some fans like them. And of course, Fendi Gamble is starting to come back into it with a row off front end on the car. So fair play to him. Andy Polycott as well. At one time was down in the mid-20s. P15. Amar Zidru doing a great job. P16. Van Heelsfield, they're right under pressure from Liam Smith now. Liam Smith is on a recovery drive and a half. He had to let off though. So Liam Smith definitely needs to get by. And these are racing for legit position as well. Mr. MTDT is right there as well. So this is a legit battle for position. And we've got a drive through there for Yash saying So Yashi, you may make your way to those pits, unfortunately, and do a drive-through. Of course, this track is renowned for drive-throughs as well, so it's going to be very interesting to see who else gets a drive-through. And look at that, that Porsche is under, he's feeling the pressure. Liam needs to get away, boy. I think this could be the way, boy, there. You see Tedder going, boy, Liam has got the job done there. I think that was crucial for Liam. He can put a little bit of time down on Mr. DDD. And Liam's lost. What's gone on with Liam there? What's happened there? So he's got the job done. And did he just run onto the marbles? Did he run too wide? Ah, the curve. Ah, he had to get over it. There's nothing Liam could have done there. He done the right thing. Instead of going 500 mile an hour sideways or backwards. But Liam has took that from Mr. TDT now again, so that's fine for him. He's got it done. Rat and Usmanov swapping positions there as well. There's action all around here as we start developing. Oh, Deville has lost P4 during all these battles. Deville, oh, Deville is your cousin. Nice one. Love to see it now. Deville is your cousin, but he needs to get the foot down and get that position back. He's after dropping off the podium. He's down in P4. Oh! Well held by Milan. Now he's under pressure from Batek. Milan just needs to get the head back down. No more lapse of concentration. He's 7 minutes to pull this right. Davida can surely do it there. Probably a bit too much of an ass now to try and catch Langley and get by again. But we'll see how that goes. Aaron Holloway, though, is going to start feeling the pressure soon. It looks like, yeah, we have Dario right there with him. Coming into the last 6.5 minutes here of race 1 of our 2-race sprint night here in Valencia. Terry Dunn's kind of got that bit of a gap now. Then you've got Polycott looking to try and catch up with Slavin after that. Rat then is under a little bit of pressure from Usmanov now. Let's jump on board with Usmanov. They're not running it as wide as I would expect. I would normally expect a little bit wider. But that's good for Finley, because Finley now can have a little nose at what's going on. Andy Polycott still does the same thing. Liam Smith, though, eyes are all ahead in his eye, Drew, who is going through turn 1 there, and Liam should be coming through any second there. We might see him in the background. We do. So Liam has about, I would say, 3 and a bit second of a gap, and he needs to pull that in. And of course, I'm sure he can. He has some great pace here this evening. Chris Tedder back up into 19th now, of course, after getting a drive-through as well. Finley Campbell has the drive-through as well. Sorry, I missed to say that there a second ago. Yeah, so Chris needs to get that done. Oh no, I've seen Finley done earlier on. Nathan Warren, though, having a good job done there as well. He'll be sitting P2 today with Tedder in there. And Bradley out there as well, giving it everything in the Lamborghini. We are missing another Maserati should be out there this evening. Unfortunately, it isn't. But hopefully they'll be back for next week. So Langley is looking quite pretty there. And then you see the Vila in the background, looking to get by there. Fair play. That's what we like to see. That's good blue flag in there. He's been very, very fair. Nice to see that. Finley is in the pits serving his drive-through as Polycott does get by. Does Liam Smith get out ahead of Finley? I'm assuming possibly he is going to. Is Finley going to come out behind this battle? I think he is. Oh, that's a huge hit for Finley there. P20's down to now from P14. And Liam Smith back up and out into P16. Great recovery drive so far, as I was saying, for him. So fair play to him. Anthony Ferrante is involved in an old sandwich here of lapping cars. And he does the right thing. He just gets off the racing line. Just nicely done there. As Gascal gets by Chris Tedder now. And see, this is the thing. Chris knows now he can try and race with the GT2s and have a bit of fun. But he doesn't need to be defending the position. He is leading the GT2 series here this evening in Valencia in race 1. Back up now, Davila still has about 2 and a bit seconds of a gap. So the gap is definitely closing on Langley from Davila, but I don't think it's going to close enough within the next two to 3 laps depending, whereas Degani now our race leader in sector 1, so 2 laps. So back on now with Gaskell. Could be 3 laps. So Norbert Gaskell there doing a good one. TDT just, well, he's a little bit ahead, but they're not fighting for position. Gaskell unfortunately today, just he doesn't have it there. Oh, as Anonymous Rat, what has happened to him? He's felt the rat of something. His tyres. Oh, there's nothing worse. You're trying to hold it, but such a fast corner as well. It's super tough. But that, unfortunately for him, will be the height of it there. Davila is about 2.5 seconds off. Langley is not too far off Zanchini as well, but Agani 12 seconds clear of Zanchini there, so that's unbelievable stuff. Batek, you know, is keeping up with Davila there, about 1.2 seconds off now, and of course our boy Aaron Holloway just behind him. Terry Dunn though still doing a phenomenal job. The fastest Pro-Am though is Langley, so it's hard to tell. On some tracks they mightn't be as strong, some tracks they're super strong, so very hard to understand the split there with that. But we'll keep going and let's see what happens. As that's going on, let me go back to see, I think it was Smith, to see where he is. So he's 2.9 off, but Azidru has a drive-through, so Liam Smith is gaining another position by the end of this race, and I would certainly advise for Azidru to do that beforehand. This livery, the livery is absolutely unbelievable as well. I do agree with you, Mapiki. Yeah, he was very close to disaster, but he's done the great thing about it. And another great livery is, of course, our very own Supercharged Motorsport driver, Slavin Goes livery on the Bentley. Of course, you'd see Brit one's here today, but Brit is unfortunately not around today. As Azidru goes into the pits, he doesn't want to carry that time penalty on the last lap. But it's been all about so far this guy here as he goes on to his last lap. Alexei Degani, pole position, fastest lap, and in about 1.5 minutes time, race 1's win, which is absolutely phenomenal. And he improved, his race time was faster than his qualifying time, which is absolutely unbelievable. Then of course Bruno Zanchini in P2 with a phenomenal P2 there in that Audi. P3 goes to Ewan Langley for TTM Motorsport there. They'll be absolutely over the moon there, getting another podium for the team. Then Milan Davila in P4 for ERC. Really looking forward to seeing what he can do in the future here as well. If he stays racing with ourselves, he's an absolutely brilliant talent. Then we have Andre Batek in P5. We love Andre Batek. Absolute mental patient, but he's after becoming such a better driver. He was here since the original season when we opened up. We're a year back running a Supercharged Motorsport, and originally FFG into Supercharged Motorsport. We're a year back on. I'm super proud of that. We're running both Formula 1 leagues and ACC, and the iRacing one is under development with my boy John Rowan. Then we've got Aaron Holloway just behind, but we're going to go back on here to the race leader as he comes around for race 1 to the final corner for the final time and is about to take the race win. Phenomenal fourth race from Alexei Degani there, and a masterclass, let's be fair about it. Very well done. P2 just coming around the last corner now. Bruno Zanchini, phenomenal race from him. He's always thereabouts as well, so another podium and another race for him there. But Ewan Langley now in P3. P4 then Milan Davila going across the line. Andre Batek flashing as usual. Aaron Holloway. Then Dario Vanilio. Terry Dunn will be happy here. Okay, as Terry goes across the line, then it's Heggart for Aidan Heggart there. Then it's our boy Slavin up into P10. He didn't have a great qualifying, but let's see how the next race goes for him. Brilliant stuff there. Then Chris Polycott, what a return after being away for the first 2 races. Absolutely smashes it out of the park. And you have to think about it like this. In his split, he's P3. That's a phenomenal first race for him. Absolutely brilliant. Milan Davila, by the way, even though he finished P4, McNicky, he still gets P3 in Pro. When you look at the splits, there's a split championship. So Milan Davila actually got P3 in a split. So fair play to him. Then we have Aaron Holloway done a great job there. But yeah, Chris Polycott, unbelievable return. And our boy Finley gets across the line. He'll definitely have a better race too. He deserves it as well. So I have noted Ben Shawley and Hayes will not be receiving points for round 1, as they did not complete any laps after returning to pits for quite a number of laps. And I'm just going to check really quick. There has been no chat in the race chat, which is fine. So that's it. We're going to wait for that to pop over into our second race. Just a quick ad for ACC Drive, who are our proud sponsor. They've been with us now for several seasons. It's a must-go to app if you ever want to be doing endurance racing on ACC. It is phenomenal. The overlays are amazing, and there's a free copy of ACC Drive for the winner of both Pro and Pro-Am splits as well, which is absolutely amazing. So, yeah, if you want to get ACC Drive, we have a link to them in our Discord there as well. And we work very closely with them, and we do some giveaways every now and then as well, randomly. So, yeah, join the community if you're looking to race, whether it be F124 or ACC or A racing in the very close future. Yeah, so we're going to wait now for race 2 to load into it, and we'll go from there. So, just having a look at a few of the deliveries there as well. The countdown timer should be nearly there. Looks like everybody's in, so it should be any second. Yeah, the session's ended. Who's actually out there? Oh, we've gone into it now, so we should be getting into qualifying part 2 now any second. And that'll be a 10-minute session where it's an open session, and it's up to the drivers to leave room. They can't be overtaken, and it's going to be a 10-minute session, and then we'll have a 5-minute break, and then we're going to go into race 2. When the next 5-minute break comes, I will go through the qualifying list, but I'm just going to run really quickly to get more water, as my voice is nearly gone from talking flat out and not getting a drink. And of course, being me, I forgot to bring one up. But waiting for this to load in any second. Any second. Waiting to see. Surely by now qualifying should go. We'll just have a look to see what's going on. Bum, 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 bum. That was a phenomenal race. Great to see good racing actually throughout that full grid as well. Yeah, Chris, you're still doing very good though. You have to think about it. Even with the drive-through, you still got a very strong position. Obviously, you were P1 in class, but like you were absolutely giving it to the boys in the GT3s as well. Why isn't it loading into? You missed me by Bathurst in left battle side by side. Sorry, Aaron. There's so much stuff going on everywhere. It's hard to get it everywhere, but we're into qualifying 2 now, guys. So, of course, the guy's trying to get out straight away. And of course, we'll get back out in that straight away. Who is actually forced out of the pits? It looks like the Ghani gets forced. Oh no, Chris Tedder gets forced out. No, he doesn't. There's cars ahead of them as well. By the sounds of it. Did Ben Shawley get out first? Oh, there's cars ahead of them. Was it Chris? Liam's behind them. Yeah, it must have been Chris. I'm gonna say it's Chris, just for the crack of it. Slav goal, leaving the pits now as well. So it's all about being smart and getting a decent gap in here, because it's not going to be easy to get a good gap when it comes to these here. Liam, though, they're all letting off, so there's going to be a small bit of a train. They need to be setting up a gap in a more efficient manner as well. You don't want to be letting your tyres go cold as well. Grand job. So I'm trying to just see who to jump on with. We'll jump back on with Tether. Let's have a look now. He's just about to start a lap there. Degani cannot be overtaken. Look, Chris is letting by, it looks like. Obviously. If he hasn't, that could be a penalty. So we're going to jump on now with Tether for a full lap. So as Chris comes across the line, what does he do? That is a 1:33.0. Carried on those pips in there, 1:32.9. That was a great lap there by Chris, in fairness. So Langley there, after going provisional pole, a 1:31.9. We do know we've seen mid-30s. So that's going to make a big difference. We're going to jump on now with the fan favourite. Where is he? Davila. And let's see what Davila can do here now. So he's left enough of a gap behind. So I don't think Adam's going to have too much there. So Davila, of course, in the Audi there. I like what I like about the Audi is you can see so much of the road out of this. It's not like what's the car, the Lamborghini, where it has an A pillar that absolutely blocks everything on your side. Look, I'm very concentrated there. Looking like a good lap so far. Very, very smooth on his inputs. Can he beat a 1:31.9? Because that is the benchmark at the minute. I'm pretty sure a few of these guys went a bit faster than that. And Milan being one, especially after that bit of a race there. Got some good laps in now. Unfortunately, he is catching a car ahead, but can he get his time in before he fully catches that car? See the difference there at GT2, he's pulled a bit on it there. So as we're coming on with Milan, what's he going to be able to do here? What can he do? That is the question. and up towards the line, and Milan goes P5. So Milan definitely still has improvement in them. So we're going to jump on with another driver. And where is that other driver at the minute? Ashray is a little bit wide, so we'll jump on. Aaron Holloway, let's see what you're doing out there. So he's coming around there. Nicely done. So around he goes. Where is Mr. Moran? He's out having a bit of crack anyway. Nicely done. Liam Smith, where is he in all of this? 2 IDs in mid-sector there. So we need to go back to qualifying there. So, who is on a good lap there? Batek's actually up a bit of time, but he's only started the lap, so go back to him. Davila up a bit more time this time around and needs to find a lap. Might have just had some unlucky laps because not like to see Davila down in P10 with the lap times and the race he had earlier on. You would definitely expect him to be up there. Yeah, I definitely think so as well. It was a bad time, and I think this one isn't going to be ideal for him either. He's gained a good bit of time back, but a bit sideways there, going to lose time with the exit, and now he's going to have someone trying to overtake him. So Davila gets to live and fight another day, but the car behind needs to be smart. They should have let off, maybe known that this is going to happen. And Davila gets through there, no problem. Already up a few tenths. So it goes to show when you have no traffic, it's going to be nice now. Unfortunately for him though, he is going to be coming up to a Bentley. Now the Bentley is on a hot lap, but is there going to be that much of a pace difference where he catches him before the end of the lap, over 1 lap? Of course we are all in lighter fuel, fresh tyres, and it's only the second. Oh, the car behind goes mental, but it's only on the second lap where you're going to get your better lap as the tyres warm up in ACC. It's not like Formula 1 after the first lap the tyres start to degrade. It actually is the contrary here. It gets better. It needs 2 laps to really warm up the tyres. So Milan is actually down a bit of time here at the minute. Bentley Gamble though in P8 and improving time at the minute. Now there is a few still yet to fully actually show their hand, but Finley is definitely doing a great job. Let's see how much they can improve. Go on, Finley. Go on, wee boy. He's coming through the mid-sector there. He's still up, so we'll come back to Finley now in a minute. He's doing a great job. Slaven Go, though, coming across the line there. It's going to throw him up into about P12. And boom, up to P12 there. And there's definitely time left in him. Yeah, Yash Singh as well. Up a bit of time going around there. Aaron Holloway is up a mountain of time, so he hasn't got an actual lap time in yet. So let's see how he goes on. Where's Finley Gamble here? Go on, wee Finley. Going into the last sector, a bit of showboating there, doing a bit of King of the Ring style drifting. He thinks he's driving an IS 200, not a Ferrari. And away he goes then. Finley going around the last corner. He's going to get a bit of a tow here, to be fair. So that's actually not going to be too bad for him. But he's lost quite a bit of time. He's still up to the P6 provisionally though. Not a bad old effort from wee Finley Gamble. Jump back on. Where was Aaron Holloway with all this stuff going on? Because Aaron was on a decent lap there. I just don't know what the lap time is going to be because he's not set a proper lap time yet. We'll have an eye on Davila for yourselves, guys, as well. Still in P6, up a bit of time, but not up enough yet. A lot of other drivers actually have really improved their lap times here, so Davila is neither going to put it in now as Aaron Holloway gets himself up into P9. Finley Gamble is in P7 at the minute. What a whopper of a time for him. Where's Liam Smith in all of this as well? Smith. Where is Smith? Did Liam leave? Oh, he's down in P23. Oh, he's invalidated his lap. He's only coming out of the pits. So Liam's going to have a last of force kind of job. Still improves though up to P21. So sure, come here. There's nothing wrong with that. But Finley Gamble for me has been a little superstar there in qualifying. Wasn't expecting that out of him. What a dude. Davila P6. Like, that's unbelievable. Finley, you're only 0.04 of a second off P6. Vatek P4 then as well. That was a huge difference there. 130.9. But then Zanchini and Langley both nearly a second off. That's the difference in track temperature as well. It's quite warm now. So it's 40 degrees track temperature as well. So it's changed a little bit, I think, since race 1 as well. Scale, Colo, Zagel, no. Absolutely no clue what that means, bro. But I will agree. Zanchini in the hits as well. There's no one actually on an active lap, so people are just out there for the crack at this stage there. Yeah, Raymond, I don't... Does he realise? Or maybe he's just getting the track time, but... That is it. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Chris, because I was like, did he let the Bentley go? Because to me it looked like he did. You didn't want Senna to ruin his lap. This is Czech language. I'm fluent in Czech. Šklivili, Kolo, Zagel, no. Means, how are you doing? Do you want a cup of tea? Something similar to that anyway. Fair play to Chris though. That was a good lap by you as well, mate. P13, 134, 150. Not a bad showing by you at all. Let's be fair about that, Chris. That's Raymond still chilling, getting as much airtime as he can. It is a cool car, the Mustang. A lot of people give it hate though. I think it's cool. Who is out on track still? This is going to be an interesting race too. So stop-go penalties were, or sorry, drive-throughs were actually an issue in the last race, and I forgot just how bad the drive-through can really affect you here. Anyone who's watching that's racing, how were the tyres near the end of the race? Were they absolutely crying? Were they okay? Because I remember Valencia being an absolute tearjerker of a track, especially in the 992. It was very, very tough. I remember it well. 2 out of the GT2, that'd be unbelievable, Chris. Some say you might have a bit of talent then. Only some, though. I definitely wouldn't. But some might say. I wrote that back. That had a great qualifying round. He really did. The tyres are dead, Chris, were they? Yeah, I'd imagine the tyres dead. But honestly, I want to give the shower of qualifying to Finley Gamble. I'm honestly super happy for him and super impressed with him. That was really, really good from him. Very well done, Finley. So we did lose a driver, I'm assuming, with a disconnect in round 1. So that carries over into round 2. Unfortunately, they didn't join back in. So we're going to go through the grid this time around. Not much has changed on pole position and in P2. So it is the Ghani on pole position again. Then it is Zanchini on P2 again in that Audi. P3 though is Langley. That's the same as well if I remember right. P4 though is different. Andre Batek right there in the Jamaican bobsleigh liveried BMW. Then in P5 we've got Gascal. P6 is Milan Davila, the fan favourite here in that beautiful looking ERC livery. Then in P7 we have Finley Gamble. He is definitely my qualifier of the day. I'm so impressed with him. He pulled that out of his arse somehow. I don't know what went on. I'm going to check if Matty Gamble's over there racing for him. Then we have Dario in P8. Aaron Holloway starts P9 this time around. And of course, one of my works of art. Then in P10 is Terry Dunn. So Terry Dunn doing a great job this time around in the BMW. Then we have the TTM of Ben Shawnee next. Sure, looking for a better race. Unfortunately, doesn't have any points for round one. Then we've got Hager next in P12. And just still an amazing livery, let's be honest. P13 then goes to Chris Tedder in the first of the GT2s as well. Absolutely brilliant. Then it is, of course, the Supercharged Motorsport livery of our boy Slavin. That's just a beauty. Not that I made that. Lol. Then we have, of course, then Yash Singh next up. Much better qualifying from Yash. Yartam Usmanov next in P16. Then we have, it looks like Andy Polycott in P17. Very, very good qualifying from him. Then in P18, we have MTDT in that beautiful looking McLaren. P19 goes then to Chris Polycott in the Ferrari. Then we have Nathan Moran in P20 in that beautiful KTM, and P2 overall in split. Then we have Liam Smith. I think he didn't have the quality that he wanted there. I can guarantee you he's going to make some places throughout this race. Hopefully he doesn't get the drive through again. Then next we have, it looks like O'Hayes in the Porsche. It's a very, very nice looking car, that. I noticed that livery from somewhere. Then we have Ozaru in P23. Then Van Heelsfeld in P24. Then we've got Gatham in P25. Raymond Laparenti in P26. Laparari in P26. I'll eventually get his name right, I'm sure. Then we have Anthony Ferrante in P27. Then we've got Nelson Vestergaard, I think it is, in P28. And then in P29 is Ashray. So that is your grid for round two. And for all the wet qualifying, it seems to be a dry race. And that's the joys of having weather randomness at 2. And let's see what happens. So that is the grid. And I am really, really, really looking forward to this one here. Can anyone take the fight with these guys out front? That is the question. And what do you think in the comments? Who do you think is going to win the next race? KKR, why not? Great job, Davila. Aaron Holloway felt okay, was coming on strong at the end. If you saw, as I ran higher TC, I think Batek's tires were gone at the end. Yeah, I think with this one, Aaron, I remember on this track with the Porsche, you just need to be a bit more gentle on some of the slower corner exits if you want to make the tires last. So don't stamp the throttle on too much of the slower corners and you should be fine. But I should have sent you on. I have all the setups for here anyway. I should have sent them on to me. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting race. My prediction, Finley Gamble gets the win. No pressure, Finley. As we get going again. Joe, I think it was camera 1 had a decent camera here. Can we please, please, please have no crashes into turn 1? Don't forget, there is the double time penalty if they do so. So stewarding is much tougher on lap 1. Doesn't mean you can just get away with it on lap 2 either. You need to be seen to be racing nice and fair. So Bruno Zanchini is slowing down, having to wait for the Gandhi to get back up. The only good thing is when you're starting a little bit further back here, you can get slightly more tire temp in, but then again you've got 25 to nearly 30 cars there, 29, 30 cars to contend with. So here we go, we are just about to go green, and away we go. It is green, and again you just see the pack then trying to split up there. 3, 4 wide, maybe 5 wide at some stages. Oh, Finley defending very hard. Aaron going to try up the inside. Batek though, I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Zanchini got a great start there and has jumped the Ghani. Andre Batek has got up into P3 as well. Batek's got up into P3. Then you've got then Langley in P4. Aaron Holloway though has jumped to position 2, I think, as well. Nice and fair there so far. Finley Gamble up the inside of Aaron Holloway, holding on, but then behind them Ben Shawley looking to get involved as well. And then Aaron Holloway's up the inside. Finley Gamble's keeping it around the outside. Finley's going to keep the power on though. Finley is carrying more speed out of the corner. Aaron Holloway's going to have to tuck in behind him. That was a great start from every single person there. That was a much better start than race 1, to be fair. And everybody's away cleanly, nicely, and ever so happy. Batek looking up the inside here. Look at Andre Batek putting the pressure right on. Then Langley behind Gascal, Davila, Holloway. Finley's only lost 1 position, which is really good in the race start because it can always go south. Batek here, looking up the inside. Nearly, he was thinking about it and then had to back out of it there. And he saved himself a bit of bother, and he's going to have a tow here coming up now with Degani. Behind him though, we've got Langley, Gascal, then you have Davila right there as well. Gascal though looking to go for the move up on the inside, and Langley has to just kind of sit back and wait. Langley's run wide, Davila's run wide. You've got a few of them run very wide there, but all have gotten through. Chris Tedder's made up 2 positions on this race start as well. Should I say 3 positions? As he's after getting by Dario there as well. Then Slavin's behind them as well. This is great stuff here. Come on, Chris. Yeah, mad hooer. Probably like to see. Back further then, Haggard is after losing position. Ashray is up one. Has up one. Nielsen and Anthony Franta up positions as well. Although Anthony Franta is handed a position or 2 back there. Healesfield now up into P24. Raymond up in P23. Raymond's given everything there, although he's lost a bit on the exit. Racing that close, it feels like that was probably a brake check. If I was the car behind, I'd feel the same there. You wouldn't expect someone on the brakes on the exit. So I'm sure that probably will be for the stewards to look at if it is reported in. Jumping back up, Finalio here has not caught back up to Tedder. Tedder pulling a bit of a gap here. Then you have our boy Slavin in P12 back up here. Davida looking for a way by Langley, wants to try and get going. He knows then he doesn't want to be draping off too much to Gascal. Aaron Holloway's just there as well. Oh, looks okay. He's after getting the move done, so it looks like Milan has to back out of it. Was going to go for it there. Langley wasn't giving up whatsoever there. Aaron Holloway's after doing a dive bomb there. Aaron, you know what's coming for you, mate. And Milan's after losing out in a position, and now another one here because he went offline. Oh, Aaron. Finley Gamble though is ahead. Then you've got Ben Shawley. Ben Shawley then has the Vila right there now. Tedder is also still there, and with Dario now right behind. Dario's probably going to be asking, please Tedder, just let me by. But Ben is after letting by, it looks like, Davila, because I think Ben knows that's not his fight today. Super smart driving by Ben. Finley Gamble, you are impressing me today, brother. Who is this kid? What a dude, what a dude. P7 again. Great recovery. Aaron Holloway, while it was a questionable move, has kept position. I'm sure the stewards will look at that, as it will be on the system. Langley P5, Gascal P4. Batek is sticking with Degani. I don't know whether Degani's just kind of doing a bit of sandbagging and just having a cruise at the minute. Is he going to look for a fight come near the end of the race? I'm not sure, but I'm sure we will find out. In there, I'm just trying to see, was much caught with 50? Yeah, there was, yeah. So let's see at the end of it what happens. So this battle is still going strong here. Andre Batek though, doing very well. I'm very impressed with Andre. Bruno is keeping it in around the 2 second mark. I don't know, is that Degani keeping it at the 2 seconds? Or is it Bruno just doing such a good job on the race start? We'll find on as the race goes on. We're only 5 minutes into this. There are 24 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Back further here, Aaron Holloway's doing well. Davila has got by Finlay Gamble. Finlay down now to P8, so Davila starting to come back up through it as well. Of course, on a mission to prove. This will be interesting. So, Finlay, as Milan runs wide, Finlay's doing a great job, but I do hear the train of Tether, the Tether train, all aboard. As I see, it looks like Dario. Oh my god, that is a huge dive there by 457. How they're able to pull that one off, I don't know. That was more maybe drivers just saying, you know what, we're not getting involved here. But look at the Tether train. 3 wide, Slavin though with the Ferrari and the McLaren. Oh, Slavin, lovely. Up and through they go. One's very wide though. Oh, him and the Ferrari. The Ferrari's the inside line, and Dunn looking like trying to get up there as well. Oh my god. Let's get back to look at that just a bit different. I'm going to go on Polycott and we'll go back 15 seconds just to see what happened here. Polycott runs wide, gets back out, Liam's on the inside. Oh, Polycott doesn't see Liam. Absolutely, Liam was not his fault at all. Stewards obviously will look at anything like that. Rejoins are part of that, and I did state at the start of the race, but look, incidents do happen in the heat of racing as well. The stewards will look at that clearly. I'm just giving a quick look through it. Liam giving the flashing of disapproval there. Back on now. Davila has Aaron to catch. Finlay sticking with Davila. Shawley's right there as well. Ben will be absolutely mad for a bit of racing here as Tether gets a bit wide now, and Tether has let Dario by now. Although Tether coming back at him. What man. Oh, can't beat it at all. Now Tether is going to be on the back foot, I think. Slavin is coming like a train, but them GT2s are super fast. But Slavin might have him into the break, and we'll see how it goes, because that is the train, that is the Tether train, and you could nearly say the Dario train as well. This is the thing though. Tether will be under pressure now in terms of braking now, and overall grip. Tether lucky that there was no issue, but you can see there, looking Slavin's on him again. That's the difference with the braking, the grip, the aero. So much more in a GT3 car than there is in a GT2, but those GT2s are one hell of a laugh to drive, really and truly. But yeah, Slavin's going to have his work out, as is Terry and everyone behind, because it's quite a train. Back to Azodru. So that's from P10 the whole way back to P19. There's a bit of a train. Now further back than that, we haven't got to look back too much here. You've got Heggart there, Nathan Warren's ahead of them though, but then you've got O'Haz behind, then you've got Heathfield right there, Gatham's right there, Yash Singh a little bit back, but Yash though had Anthony Franti behind him, but Anthony's lost it somehow. Let me see what happened there. So Anthony coming out, did he get too much curve? He hit the grass. Maybe he just lost it on going back on throttle. He must have been completely off the throttle, and then jumping back on, it'd lock up a little bit and cause a little bit of fun. As it looks like Slavin has got by Chris. Next up for Chris, it looks like TDT, the man of the mad moves right there. Liam Smith on the inside of Polycott got the job done this time round. Liam has. A lap later, and away he goes. And look at this on the inside there. Usmanov looking very opportunistic there. And then Polycott on the exit though. Does Usmanov know he's there? No, Polycott gets out of it. That could have been an amazing and also bad move and crazy move at the same time. Oh, we have a bit of an incident there now. We'll go back to have a full look at what's actually happening there. So he gets out of that. Then Usmanov goes a bit wider, and Polycott sees the line on the inside, and Usmanov though didn't see Polycott on the inside and didn't leave the room. The door was open for that inside move there, so radar, radar, radar is what I tell these drivers. Ben still having a great little battle there with Finley Gamble as well. Finley is doing a phenomenal, like, honestly, I cannot tell you how happy I am to see Finley doing so well. And I will big him up because he deserves it, because he's after having massive improvement since the first time I seen him race. The first time I seen him race, he was a good few seconds off the pace, and now he's right in the mix, and it's great to see it. Finley is faster than few of the pros as well, and legitly so. So I'm delighted for him, absolutely delighted for him. Batek, my boy, sitting in P3 as well. This will be a nice podium for Batek if he can do it, and I can see Degani is on the move now from Zanchini. Degani's kind of said to himself, right, enough's enough. Let's see what Zanchini is made of. But Zanchini, a phenomenal drive there. Let's see what he can do. And away he goes. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Batek, though, just has to keep it together. Gascal, Langley and Holloway all in close proximity of each other. Davila wanting to get back up into that proximity. Behind that, you've got Ben and Finley Gamble fighting over P8 and P9. Finley winning that battle at the minute. Dario's in his own little race at the minute, as is Slavin Tether the Train in P12. Has TDT still behind. Liam Smith there as well. So Liam got by Azodru, got by Polycott, and I'm sure Liam will be hoping in a few laps time gets by there as well. So going back down further, let's go back to the very back there. Oh, Nielsen is off in P1. Then we've got Raymond in P27. Sorry, he was in P28. Then Anthony Ferrante, his friend, is up ahead of him there in P26. Yash Singh is down, so it's Ashray we've lost. Yash Singh is in P24. Gatham is in P25. As Yash Singh gets by, then we've got Van Heelsfield then in P24. Or 23, should I say now. O'Hayes in P22. Heggert is in P21 for Aiden, doing a great job there in the TTM car as well, so fair play to him. Nathan Moran's in P20. Terry Dunn P19 this time around, with Chris Polycott is in P18. Usmanov P17. Andy's in P16. Azidru just ahead there is in P15. Little jump up to Liam Smith, then Mr. TDT and Tether. So these are still having their battle here at the minute. I thought there might have been a move on at some stage, but Tether is driving a phenomenal race. So we're going to jump on now to the top 10. So you've got Dario Azov's drive through there for Van Heelsfield. So Dario is in P10, Ben Shawley P9, Finley in P8. Davila is now catching up to the back of this battle. This is going to be interesting. So Davila is in P7, Holloway P6, Langley P5, Gascal P4, Batek in P3, a little bit ahead of them. Degani is in P2 with Zanchini in P1. Degani is, I'm sure, biding his time. Zanchini doing a phenomenal race here, and let's see, can he keep them at bay? Joe, I'm actually going to jump on with this battle here to see what's going on. It's not much at the minute, so we'll go back further to this other battle where it's kind of the same at the minute. It's, you know, halfway through the race, 15 minutes to go. It's probably at the time they might be starting to starting about over pushing it now and just use up the tyres, use up the fuel. As Van Heelsfield is serving that drive through. Nothing worse. Three drivers had it in race 1. Only one so far in race 2 at the minute. Nothing more exciting than seeing all these close battles out on track here. And Finley Gamble is not cracking like Humpty Dumpty. He's able to take the pressure and has not cracked it yet, so fair play to him. Aaron Holloway, Gascal. Gascal's slightly ahead of him. Holloway's dropped a little bit. Holloway, don't look at the exit the Porker got there. Let's see, can he get the toe? The Porsche wouldn't be the strongest on the straights compared to the likes of the turbocharged Fezza. But Aaron is getting a good line. He's going to have a much better exit out of this corner. Can he do a bit of a switchback and take the tighter line? He's thought about it, but just can't make the move happen. He shows his nose. And it could be under a bit of pressure on the exit there. Oh, wow. Let's get a replay of that there. That was unbelievable there. Great catch from Davila. Gets right on the throttle on the exit and sideways. Oh, good catch. That could have been a one-way ticket to death. So how's Liam doing here? Liam and TDT are kind of stuck behind Heather, but it's good for Liam though as well, because TDT is in the same split as him. So in terms of split wise, Liam is doing a great job. Finley's running P2 in split, Shawley P3 in split. That's a double for TTM. Then TDT behind Liam Smith, then not far off. Nearly a double for 2ID as well. Oh, look at this up the inside for Liam there. Lovely move. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Liam Smith says, see ya. Great move there. That was a nice one done. Well done, Liam. Now, I know Liam and Chris are best friends in some other galaxy, so I'm hoping there's no fireworks in track. And hopefully, if they do get close, they race fair and race fun. So that's what racing should be about. Looking up ahead, Finley has pulled away from Vanello a bit. And Ben has dropped down to P10, so Ben might have had a moment where I did miss, but I've been watching other battles as well. I do my very best to catch it all. Unfortunately, I don't get to catch everything, but I do my best. I do the comms, broadcasting and camera work. So we do our best here. Degani is in P2 still about 4/10 off Sankini. I do feel it's a little bit of sandbagginess there. I do expect something else to happen, but I could be wrong. I absolutely could be wrong on this as well, so do not get me wrong when I say that. But you know what I mean, you get a feeling sometimes. Gascal's still there, so that's kind of calmed down a bit. Davila, that's a tasty little move there. And Aaron can only do nothing but respect the game. Lovely, two different lines through there though. So Liam is starting to slowly catch Chris. Then Slavin is starting to be caught by Chris as well. So Slavin going through a phase of maybe nothing ahead of him, nothing to race. Might get a kick here. Chris has been super impressive in the GT2s, I'm not going to lie. Very good. Oh, they've really done a beautiful overtake, Mackie. No, Mackie, no. TDT though is looking for a run on Limo. A little bit too far back. But back here, I thought I seen something closer. Maybe I didn't. No, it's all spread out a bit. Never mind. Gascal, Holloway, Langley. Batek is starting to come under pressure from Langley now. So Andre doing a great job since lap 1. He's 10 minutes now of pressure coming his way unless he starts getting in faster lap times there. Last lap round was calculating about half a second slower. And then we have ahead, they were about probably more than half a second, about 7/10 faster. So he does need to start pushing a bit. Gascal is lapping faster. Even Davila is lapping faster. So, and Finley Gamble's lapping faster. Go wonder Finley. So Andre does have a mountain to climb, and I feel he's doing everything he can. That's a defensive line if I've ever seen them. I'm kind of proud because that's the kind of line I'd use in Kota coming down the back straight, I'd always go to far left and just try and break any kind of toe or confidence. Another Davila, go, go, go. He's doing a great job out there. Batek though is soaking the pressure so far. No problem whatsoever. I'm just going to go back though to the lean battle. He's thereabouts to Chris. Although Chris now is on top of Slab and Go as well, which is great to see. Terry Dunn though, look at this. Oh, Chris Polycott and Usmanov, and Terry Dunn says, thanks lads, I'm gone. Wowzers. Haz and Heggert having a tough time here this evening. Van Heelsfeld Laparante is unfortunately getting lapped at the minute, and that looks like Bradley is in the pits. I don't know whether he's having a confidence break or what's going on, but we'll see. Zanchini still leading this race by 3.8 seconds. So did I miss a moment from Degani? Let's see. 61 is not popping up for me, so I don't know what happened there, but Degani now is behind. Doesn't look like any damage in his car. Zanchini's car looks fresh, so I don't know what happened there. No damage on the rear or anything. No, absolutely fresh as a daisy. Drive through for Liam Smith. Liam, no me. Having such a great race, that's going to pop you down the order a bit. That is so frustrating. So Liam's going into serve it straight away. That's the curse of this track, is track limits. It's so simple to happen. So simple. Now we have Davila with Aaron Holloway still. That's going on. Batek and Langley still at it there. So that's it on Batek's rear view, looking out there now. You would have liked seeing that Ferrari going a bit sideways as well. That's just a little bit of his tyres being ruined. Ferrari is such a strong car as well, mid-corner acceleration. So Andre is doing as good of a job as you can do, I suppose. He's definitely on a much defensive line now. He's using much tighter lines now that he doesn't have that free air, as he was using a much more freer line and opening up the corner a bit more. Now he's on the much more defensive line. I need to get an old drink into me there. But yeah, what can Batek do? He's going to have a nice exit here, but Langley's going to have a lovely one as well. For the back, Davila is not near enough to Aaron Holloway. Finley Gamble has kept Shawley at bay, but lost out to Dario, which we missed off screen. But still, Finley Gamble, what a dude. That's still P2 in your split. Shawley is after dropping back from you as well. Finley Gamble is looking like an old champ here this evening. What do you say to that? Langley, of course, doing a great job for TTM. Zanchini. You have about 2.3 seconds of a gap. Are you able to keep it? Batek, can you hold on to P3? This will be brilliant. Well, he's going to hold on to P3 in a split regardless. The finish on the podium would be just that bit better, wouldn't it? Going to go back a bit further to see what's happening here with Van Helswell. Not much going on. But Liam, he's back out on 24th. And unfortunately for him, he's just going to have to do his best to pull up. I don't know if he's going to have the time to make a few positions, but who knows? Other people probably will get drive-throughs as well, as they will be part of it. Chris Teller, though, is still sticking with Slavin. TDT is kind of stuck where he is now as well, so not much has changed there. Finley, proud of you. Aaron, I think is feeling secure there. Milan hasn't really made the step forward I was expecting, to be absolutely honest. So I'm going to be it's just going to be interesting to see what can Milan do. Can he pull back up and get that extra position? That's going to be the question. Batek is 100% under the most pressure at the minute. Zanchini possibly will be in a few laps time, because it seems to be that it's going to be tasty all the way to the line for P3, P4 and possibly P2 and P1. as we come in now under the 5-minute mark of 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in race 2 of round 3 here in the Supercharged Motorsport Series, sponsored by ACC Drive. So while that's going on, Zancchini there can see the Degani getting closer and closer and closer. That Bentley just looks so on it, doesn't it? Zancchini though, Bruno, I'm actually honestly willing you on Bruno. I think you deserve a win on track. Can you get it now? That's entirely up to you. Batek on the edge there. So Batek flag, he gets the flashes on as Batek does. Langley just doesn't have the drive there. Back further to Vila. Much closer to Aaron now. I have a feeling there could be a few more moves happening. Yeah, Vila's still right there. Finley still has a bit of a gap there. Tedder, Slavin. Sorry, it's Usmanov is under a bit of pressure from Chris Polycott. Nathan Warren also there as well, so Nathan flying along in his GT2 as well. And what can Nathan do now? Can he put more pressure on there? Oh, Polycott goes massively wide. Can't park there, mate. Vila there with Aaron still doing his best. Oh, what a move from Davila if you can carry it on. Oh, let's have a look at that from the bird's eye view. Anthony Ferrante, by the way, doing an amazing job getting out of the way there. The blue flag seems to be a lot better this week. Yeah, he just carried too much speed into the corner. Aaron wasn't expecting him to go down that deep. And then Davila is still ahead there now. As Degani now is right on with Zancchini. Is Degani going to break Zanchini's heart? What can Zancchini do? Essentially, they'll have one more lap after this. Wow, a lot's to be decided there. Langley's got by Batek. I've missed it off track. Batek is under pressure now from Gascal as well. He's lost P3 on track, but he could be losing P3 in his split there as Gascal has got by for P3, and that's a drive through for 777 as Aldrew as he goes down. But as we're on here, Zancchini, Degani. Oh, Zancchini nearly loses it there. This is the last lap. Degani is all over him as well. He's going to have to look for a bit by. What is going to happen here? This is for the race win of round 2. Degani won round 1. He got pole, he got fastest lap, and everything else that goes with that. At the minute, he has fastest lap and pole position. Is he able to get by Zancchini to get the win? Gets his braking slightly wrong there. That gives Zancchini a bit of a breather. And it's one more lap to go. I had the area wrong. I thought we were on the last lap. So this is it. Leader's on the final lap now. What can he do? And I feel for Batek. What should have been a P3 is now a P4 in split and not a P3 on track. Degani, very, very wide there. And look at this. Degani is trying everything. Zancchini is parking his car perfectly. Drive through for 777 again. 2 laps remaining. So he's going to be taking a big penalty there. So now here we have Zancchini, Degani still behind him here, 0.3 of a second. Oh, he's left the door open, but somehow is able just to get across in time. Degani could have let off those brakes just a little bit earlier, carried a bit more speed and demanded that room, but somehow got away with it. So Degani and Zanchini. Degani takes a much wider line to get a better exit. Zanchini's just done enough. He's going to be ahead. Degani showing the lights flashing, trying to put the pressure on Zanchini. Zanchini though, holding on to it. Oh, holding on to it still. Oh, as it looks like Degani got a little bit out of it there as well, and Zanchini looks like he's going to get the race win. He's got a good drive out of the last corner. Degani is right behind him though. Degani's getting a better drive. Zanchini's slowing down for the line, as does Degani. I think that's great sportsmanship there. To the line. Then we have Langley coming home in P3. P4 for Gascal, P5 for Batek, P6 for Holloway Davila, and P7 Vanilio then in P8. Finlay Gamble, the little legend in P9. Ben Shawley in P10, great position for him. That is P3 and split for him as well. Slevin Go then in P11, looking for a bit of a tow as well. Chris Tedder then is in P13 on track, P1 and split, with Andy Polycott right behind him, Mr. TDT. So Polycott got by TDT. Terry Dunn in P15, Usmanov in P16, Haggard P17, Nathan Warren then in P18, Chris Polycott in P19, Liam Smith coming home in P20 after sadly getting a drive through, but a strong performance nonetheless. That was absolutely brilliant stuff for Limo. Oliver Hayes down in P21. As a few people are leaving the server now, but he is still the last person to cross the line. And what a race and what a night this has been. Double sprints. We were all expecting rain. People crying about rain in the Discord. Turns out there was no rain. But wow is all I'll say. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Well done to all the drivers, because that was some very hard racing. What I like about the sprints is it's always good to have a sprint where it's just flat out action from start to finish. No pit stops. Just get out there and get it done. Quite clean as well. I want to thank all the drivers. I want to thank all the viewers as well. Mickey, Chris, Aaron, KKR, and anyone else who's commenting in. Oliver Anderson, Edis Breed, KKR, why not? Everyone, thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Don't forget to follow our YouTube page, our Twitch, our TikTok, and we'll see you for round 4 next week. And actually, just speaking of round 4, while I'm here, I might as well tell you what it is. Sure, wouldn't that make life a lot easier for you? So, looking here, round 4 is actually going to be a very juicy race. It is Silverstone. It's a 60-minute race, 1 mandatory pit stop, and that'll be next week. Then after that, we've the Monza 90-minute, like another sprint race after that, a Misano. Then a 90 minutes of Suzuka, and finishing off with a 2.4-hour race around the Nordschleife. So still some epic races for the rest of this season, and let's see you for the next one next week. Have a lovely evening.